Hey guys, it's your girl Flo. Welcome back to Sito and Marketplace. Today I brought another video for you guys. A lot of you have been requesting specifically for PatPat Wholesale, PatPat Kids Wholesale from China. So I decided to do this video and talk in detail how to source PatPat Kids Wholesale from China. So I'm going to be explaining all of that in detail in this video. So please keep watching. So PatPat Kids Wholesale in China is a huge thing. Now the reason why it's very popular in China, because if you know PatPat Kids, they have a very huge brand, like millions of followers all over Instagram, TikTok, and the rest. And all the products that they sell is made in China. Now, what happens is that when they make these products, that's the factories make these products, they usually have like excess stock. We call it overstock. Now, this overstock, those factories that are making these products for PatPat Kids would want to sell it off to maybe retailers or even wholesalers like warehouses who like focus on selling overstock items in China. And it's really a big and a huge business in China. Now, for instance, if you want to start like kids clothing business or kids shoes business and the rest, you can get it for as low as $1, as low as even 0.5 cents from China. Why? Because these factories can't deal with the excess stock, so they just give it out and then tell people to come and just, buy it for less price. So I'm going to be discussing in detail the pricing, the MOQ, everything, the suppliers. I know you guys want information about the supplier, so I'm going to be giving you guys all that information in this video. So let's start with the pricing. Now, these overstock items, remember that a wholesaler in China or a Shein warehouse or PatPat warehouse in China goes to the factory and then buy it in large quantity. So when they buy it in large quantity, sometimes they buy by kilo or they buy by number of pieces. And the thing is that the wholesaler or the warehouse in China has to clear all the available stock that the factory have. Now, let's say the factory has 20,000 pieces of PatPat Kids in excess, and then they want somebody to come and buy it off. That wholesaler warehouse will buy it off, and when they buy it off, they will not start selling like in maybe bales or in small quantities, depending on how the wholesaler decides to sell it. So how the wholesaler sells, the prices are usually sells it, or the pricing is usually like maybe $1 per piece or 0.5 cents per piece, depending. So that is the pricing. All those things you see on PatPat Kids platform, you can actually get them from $1 per piece. How amazing is that, right? So if you're starting a kids clothing business, kids shoes business, I think it's best that you buy from these warehouses in China, and you can get like an assorted variety and you can resell them for even way more. So most of them, you just buy them for 6 RMB, 5 RMB, like I think the max is just 8 RMB or so, depending on the style. So you will get really beautiful stuff, and it's even better than adult clothing where you're not really sure of what you're going to get, because the kids clothing, they usually have really good assortment. So you want to really key into this kid clothing. So remember, I said the pricing is just about $1, less than 0.5 cents, and the rest. That is how it is. Now, when it comes to the sourcing actually from the suppliers, you might not be able to select styles, especially for kids, except you have an agent that is dedicated to your course. When I mean your course, I mean your business as a whole. Because imagine sending an agent to go and sort through like thousands of products. You must be paying the agent a good amount of money, because that's where those warehouses are usually filled with lots and lots of products. It's not really easy for somebody to just bring out their whole day to help you, like maybe sort 1,000 pieces of PatPat Kids by design and the rest. So you just have to prepare to just buy what you don't know what it looks like. But one thing I can assure you, that most of the items in PatPat Kids, if you find a good supplier, you get good stuff. That one is for sure. So getting deluxe item, by deluxe I mean pre-selected items, is if you have an agent that is going to do the groundwork for you and select. Another way to also get deluxe items is if maybe the seller has built a relationship with you and they can ask their staff in the warehouse to help you sort through whatever it is that is there. That is how you can get deluxe item. Now let's talk about the MOQ for PatPat Kids. Now the MOQ for PatPat Kids depends on the supplier. Yes, it depends on the supplier. Now most of them, before my Shein video went viral and the rest, they will tell you, oh, it's 400 pieces MOQ, it's 500 pieces MOQ. But now a lot of them are now flexible, because I've spoken to a good number number of them, and they are very flexible now. So you can buy even as low as 100, 200 pieces. So if you're buying like, let's say 6 RMB per piece or even less, and then you multiply by 100, that's only 600 RMB. Or you buy 200, that's just about 1,200 RMB or so, which I think it's fair, like considering the quality of clothes you're getting from those PatPat kits, all branded in the original packs and all of that. It's really fair, quite fair. So that's the good thing about sourcing PatPat kits. Like, the MOQ is reasonable, the pricing is reasonable, anybody can start the business. So you can start this business for as low as $100, as low as $200, depending on your purse, of course. Now you can decide to share the quantity with somebody, but one thing I would say is don't buy anything less than 100. It's not worth it if you're just buying 50 pieces of PatPat kits all the way from China down to your location, considering the current shipping prices and all of that. I don't think it's worth it to me. So you want to buy at least 100 pieces, and if you buy higher quantity, they tend to like reduce the price. I know there was a time in the past I bought about 20,000 pieces and I got them for I think about 0.5 RMB or so. It was really cheap. Like, I don't, sorry, that shouldn't be, I don't mean 0.3 RMB per piece. It was really cheap, like back then. That was years ago when it was not really as hot as it is now. So if you want even cheaper prices for this item, buy large quantity and they're going to slash the price by 50% for you. Now, another thing I want to talk about in this whole PatPat kits business, Shein kits business, yes, just to mention, the people who sell PatPat kits also sell Shein kits. So if you're a kits vendor and looking for variety, Shein, PatPat, then you want to go also look at these vendors because they all sell the same thing. Then the next thing I want to talk about is shipping. Now, you have to be smart with your shipping choices. Let's say, for example, you just want to start this business and you don't know what to expect. You can decide to do air shipping for a start, in the sense that you just want to see what you're gonna like. You just want to try it and see what's gonna be in your bill or what's gonna be in your lot. So for a start, your first shipment can be air because you want to see what's gonna be there. That's a trial order, right? So after that, please, you want to do sea shipping, because if you decide to do air, you might not be that profitable. Remember, these items are overstock. Even the people you're selling to, they might want to, like, you know, price it really down because of an overstock item. You want to make it as cheap as possible. That is the way you're going to profit off this whole overstock PatPat kit stuff. Like, for example, if you are also trying to open a wholesale store for PatPat kits, Shein kits in your home country, my best advice to you would be make it as affordable as possible. Use sea shipping, which is even way cheaper than air, and you would make it as affordable. That's the best way. But your first order, try air so that you can know exactly what to expect in your bill, and from there you can decide, okay, is this a business for me? Is this something that I really want to do? Is it a path I want to take? Do I want to, like, I'm sorry, if you check out like Indonesians, you check out Bangladesh, you check out some of those Asian countries that do this business, Philippines as well, they are doing this business full time. Shein, PatPat, Overstock, and the rest, and a lot of them importing containers all the way from China. So it's really profitable stuff. It's something that you can actually make huge profits from. So you just need to think, is this business really for me? Is this something I'm gonna like want to do? And you look at your environment, is there a need for it? So these are the questions that you need to ask yourself before you start. Then the next thing I'm going to talk about is shipping. Now, when you approach any of the suppliers I'm going to be giving you guys in this video, most of them are going to ask you, where do you want to ship your goods to? Remember, those suppliers cannot ship directly to your country, because a lot of you would come and like, oh, I told the supplier to ship all the way to Ghana for me, and the supplier said they don't ship to Ghana. Yes, they cannot ship to Ghana directly. The way to do it is they would ship to a shipper in China, within China, and then your shipper in China would now ship to your destination country. Don't expect them to ship directly to Ghana for you. No, please don't do that. Always use your an organized shipping company in China to ship down to your location. So you might be asking, how do I find a shipper to my country? Now, I have a course on Shein, a whole whole course that you could go and purchase, and you'll find shipping companies to several countries. Now those shipping companies, they do sea, some of them do sea, they do air. Like, you can access that list in that course, and that course also has even more suppliers of Shein kids, Shein adults, and the rest. So you want to go check out that course right away. I made sure I detailed everything so that you can understand how to get your business started when it comes to this Overstock branded items. So shipping companies is not a problem. Now, so when you approach the supplier, you'll tell them, they'll ask you for your shipping address, right? Then by then you would have already contacted your supplier, and you tell them to provide you a shipping address. Now, if you're using a shipping company like Weight and Carry usually give customer ID. Now they will expect you to put that customer ID number in your shipping address with your name, and then you forward it to the supplier. Once you forward the shipping address to your supplier, the supplier already know where exactly to send your goods, and then you can now place your order and make payment. Once you now make the payment, they will send the good directly to your supplier. Then from there, your supplier is going to send it to your country. Now, if you are going to see shipping to maybe all those African countries like Nigeria, Ghana, payments for shipping is usually on arrival. Now, but if you're shipping to places like US, Western countries, and the rest, you have to pay for your shipping before the goods will leave China. That's it. That's just the way it operates. So you need to know all of this information. Let me just add that for people in the US, if you go to eBay and the rest, you'll see people who are selling lots of Shein, lots of PatPat kits and all of that. It's all Overstock coming from China. That's just how it works. So you want to go check out all this information. Like, if you want more details, just buy the course and you get more details about the shipping companies and the rest. I'm going to talk about now is payment. Now, in China, there are two major forms of payment. In fact, three, but the other one, we don't really use it because of security reasons. Now, the first payment method is Alipay. So you can actually register for Alipay from wherever you are. Now, Alipay is so easy. You can download it from the App Store. That's maybe Google Play Store or Apple Store. And when you download it, you just need to follow the prompts, register your account, verify your ID and all of that, and you're good to go. Once you connect your bank card, that's your MasterCard or your Visa card, to your Alipay, you can actually move money directly from your bank down and fund your Alipay, and then you can now use it to pay the suppliers. All you just need to do is get their Alipay code, and you can scan it, and then you pay them. Another method you can use to pay suppliers is WeChat. Now, WeChat is very easy to use. However, I'm not sure how it works for people who are outside of China. I know for the US, if you're living in the US, you can easily connect your bank cards to your WeChat account. You just need to verify your details, and you'll be able to use WeChat. That's the good part of WeChat app, right? So WeChat also works the same way as Alipay. You just need to scan your code, like you scan the seller supplier's code, and when you scan the supplier's code, you'll be able to transfer them the exact amount that you want to pay them. Then another method is through bank transfer. This method, it involves you transferring directly to the supplier account, but a lot of suppliers are really very particular about sending money to their account directly because of a lot of fraud and all that. People send them money that are from sources that are not really good, so they tend to block their account, and a lot of them stopped receiving money with their account directly. So I'll just advise, if you can't do direct bank transfer, or the supplier doesn't trust you enough to give you their account, just use Alipay or WeChat. You can also go through a money agent. I use this method most times. Sometimes, like when I need bulk money and I can't access FX, I will just use an agent, and the agents could help me transfer the money directly to the supplier. So for payments, that's all you did. For payment, that's all you need to know. It's very straightforward. Alipay, WeChat, bank transfer, or use a money agent. Now let's talk about the suppliers. I know this is the part that you guys are always eager to hear. So I'm going to give you guys a few suppliers in this video, and then for more suppliers, if you want more contacts, just go check out my course. All that detail, like more suppliers, are in that course. That's my Shein course. PatPat kit suppliers too. I've updated the list. Now I'm going to start with the suppliers. There are a lot of new new on that list that I added in that course, so you want to really go check out that list. Now I'm going to start reading out the WeChat IDs of the suppliers, and I'll tell you a little bit about them. Now the first supplier that I'm giving to you guys for PatPat kit specifically is Chloe. Now, if you have taken my Shein course, you remember I told you guys that there's one of my favorite, that just a favorite supplier I had there. Now, this supplier is friends, this Chloe is friends to that particular guy, and she sells really nice stuff, Overstock items. This particular supplier, it's not even on like the Shein course, well, a lot of, if you take that Shein course, you have like even more detailed suppliers, but I'm giving to you guys in this video. Now, she sells PatPat kits, like, a whole lot of them, like a whole lot of PatPat kits. She used to have like thousands of PatPat kits, Overstock clothing, and even Shein kits, Overstock. So you really want to go check her out. I told her I'm gonna like do this video about her business, and she was really excited. She was like, oh, promote my business, and I was just happy that I was helping her to make more sales and all of that. So please go check out the supplier. Now, my number 2 supplier is this particular supplier, Gal. Now, this supplier also used to have a lot of PatPat kids clothing in their warehouse, and also PatPat kids shoes, a lot of things. You want to go check out the supplier too. This supplier has so many good stuff that you can actually add to your inventory. Now, the number 3 supplier that I'm going to give it to you guys is this particular supplier. This supplier, it's also the go-to for PatPat kids. I love the supplier because this supplier has lower MOQs and always have like a variety of designs. So you just want to go check out the supplier right away. The 4th supplier I'm giving to you guys is this particular supplier called Deluxe. Now, Deluxe also carry PatPat kids, have Shein kids, and a whole lot. And this supplier is going to do you a whole lot of good if you go at the supplier. A lot of stuff like Shein kids, also PatPat kids for girls, boys, swimwears, a lot of stuff. When you want to start kids business and you don't have like kids clothing business and you don't have huge capital, I advise you to start with this PatPat kids stuff and the rest. Like, kids clothing is something that people always need, so you can just start with this because the capital you need to start is really low. You don't need a whole lot, so it's really a good venture and something that you could just get started with right away. Now, my number 5 supplier is this particular supplier called Ganyan. This is their WeChat ID. You want to go check them out on WeChat. Also low MOQ, ships very fast, and you are already set to start doing business. Now, the number 6 supplier I have for you guys is this particular supplier, and this supplier is also based in Guangzhou. Yes, I think their warehouse is somewhere in Guangzhou. I don't remember that exact place. So you want to go check out the supplier too for PatPat kids. So you have everything that you need to get your business started. And I hope that this video has helped you. So if you want to learn about Shein, sourcing Shein, that's the wholesale adult clothing and the rest, then you want to go watch this other video. Now, my other video, I explained in detail as well how to get started with the Shein Overstock warehouses and how to start your business. So please go watch that video. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate you guys. Your support, it means everything to me. Until next time, bye and take care. It's still your girl Flo. Bye.